Hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going? Uh, yeah, I know it's been quite a while since I was on here and since I actually streamed, so I figured, why not? Figured let's go ahead and give this a try. We're booting up, we've got our whole group together here, so we can actually hit pretty much any raiding content that we want to. We can access, essentially, any of the old school raids. We can grab uh, special instances through something called Agents of Change, and we can just go kill whatever raid bosses we want. So at this point, I'm just going to start with some old school Luckland content. We're going to start with Maiden's Eye, which is, of course, it's going to be pretty easy content, especially considering we're a level 120 rogue, but why not, you know? We're just going to grab our instance from this guy right here. Get our Umbral Plains instance. Just waiting for this to start up now. Let's turn up that volume just a little bit here. There we go. I've really enjoyed going through and doing these old school raids because there's lots of nostalgia behind it, but it's also just really easy, and we can get tons and tons of really good twink loot for low-level characters. Super easy. But a lot of these zones are some of my favorites from way back in the day. So, let's see here. So yeah, this is, it's a zone called Umbral Plains. It's a Luckland expansion from way back in 2001. And we grabbed a solo instance here, so we can just run through with our regular group. Well, just my one character, I've got my group in a different zone. But this way we can actually fight and kill some of these bosses that are normally really hard to find. We're going to go for Rumble Crush first, because I'm just going to be honest, he's probably one of my favorite raid bosses from back in the day. So much so that I don't really take this illusion off that often. It's a fire elemental illusion. I'm sorry, earth elemental illusion. So we can look just like Rumble Crush. And he's really easy to kill now, but he dropped some pretty good loot for us that will be good stuff for twinks. And normally, he is killed and camped all the time, because he's fairly easy to kill. But thankfully we've got our own little solo instance here, so we can kill him as many times as we want within reset, so... yeah, he's easy enough to kill, as you can see. We just backstabbed him for 58,000 and 81,000 roughly, so we killed him in one single hit pretty much. Okay, so he dropped some pretty good twink robes. And a twink cloak. And a twink range item. This one's really not that good, the range item itself, but the chest piece and the cloak is pretty good. So, those we're definitely going to take. We already have our bags kind of full from our Vex Thal run through and our Temple of Ishan run through that we did last week. So some stuff we might not be able to pick up if it's lore, but some stuff we can at least move around to our banker if we have to. Alright, so that was Rumble Crush. We can probably do Doomshade if he actually decides to spawn this time. Hey, Cyber, what's up? How's it going, Cyber? Yeah, I know this is not Dead by Daylight, but this is like one of my favorite games. How's it going, Cyber? How you doing? I've never seen you live. Yeah, I haven't streamed in almost 2 full years. I'm doing really good. How are you? Yeah, it has been it's been a long time since I actually booted up the stream, so I was thinking about getting some Dead by Daylight in a little bit later, but figured I would just relax for now and not raise my blood pressure. Well, we haven't been able to get this boss to spawn just yet. I'm hoping he spawns here in just a moment. Okay, let's see what else he dropped. He dropped Globe of Endless Energy. Okay, another pretty good twink item. And Dome of Self-Reflection. That one's really not that good, but we'll take it. Alright, so let's go kill some of these other guys here. Alright, we're gonna go over here to some of these tunnels. There's 2 different enemies that we're gonna kill here. One's an ice guy, one's a fire guy. Some old school enemies that I think a lot of people in general forget about if they're used to these zones. Some of my more nostalgic enemies from way back in 2001. Let's see here. I still remember how to navigate this tunnel. Ooh, big purple boy. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. We're on the right spot now. Go over here. And we're just about up on top of our boss. Here we go. This little guy right here drops really good items that people used to buy and sell like super frequently back in the day. Really, really frequently. Let's see here. Okay, well, oh no, it's the other version of him that we want. That's right. I don't know how to make him spawn, though. Maybe I have to go kill his fire friend first. Okay, here we go. We're almost out of here. Damn, I forgot how long this tunnel was. Did I go to the wrong... I went to the wrong deck. Ugh. Here I am, thinking I can navigate this without a map. Just running in circles over here. There we go. Okay, I wonder if Doom Shade has popped up yet over here. He's the other enemy I was waiting on him to spawn. Let's see here. I was really hoping that we could actually manage to kill all of these guys, because they all drop pretty good loot for some level 1 characters that I can actually start. Or I could sell them if he didn't spawn. Lame. Okay, so we're pretty much already done in this zone, so we're just going to boot everyone out, and we're going to hop out of this zone, and we're going to go somewhere else. Because the rest of these dudes just aren't wanting to spawn, and I don't want to have to wait around. Let's move on from the Luckland expansion stuff. We're going to move somewhere else. Let's go to some more populated areas. Alright, one of the next places we're going to go to, it's a part of the same expansion that dropped way back in 2001. But this is one of the more end-game areas. We're going to go to... Get off that. We're going to go to Sra Temple. There are some snake people that we can beat up for some pretty good loot. Another one of my favorite zones from way back in the day. But since we can actually grab our own instance, we can kill pretty much any of the content that we want to. So, some of these old school zones that just used to be so populated, it's crazy to see them now. Way back in the day, whenever you'd see people rushing around all the time, because at the time, like, nobody had mounts. Everyone was running around on foot. Be dozens of people in these old school zones. And some of these raiding zones, you would see people with like 50 or 100 people running around in them. But hey, at least we can grab our own instance. So that should be pretty nice. We're gonna beat up Emperor Sra, some of those old school snakes, see what else we can get to drop. Last time we went through, we got some pretty good loot, so I'm hoping for the same thing again. It won't really benefit us that much right now, but we can at least put them on some alts. And that alone is worth it, even if it's for the nostalgia kick. And these guys aren't hard to kill at all, so I do wonder if I can go through and do the Dragons event again. 'Cause that's at least fun to watch. We don't really get anything out of it, but it's still fun to do. We can go through and kill all the old school dragons like Lord Nagafin, Lady Vox, and it takes us all the way up to fighting Terra Firm, which is really cool. Okay, so next up, our Agent of Change over here. And it really makes me happy to see how populated this server is, of all things. This server is super populated still. I almost want to say it's arguably one of the most populated servers currently still in live EverQuest. Hello. Okay, let's give us our instance here. We just gotta wait for that to spawn real quick. Okay, that's easy enough. Let's see here. Okay, and now we should be good to go in. This is one of my favorite zones that I really don't have that many negative memories about. A lot of these zones you'll have like a mixture of memories, whether they're good or bad, but this one I really don't have that many negative memories about this zone. If any. I spent a lot of time camping here for the old school Bashir mask as a rogue way back in the day. So let's see here. Okay, so some of these bosses, we have to kill enemies in certain order to get them to spawn. So let's see if we can start with the correct ones over here. Some of these guys drop some pretty cool stuff. You gotta go through like hidden passageways to find them. Here we go. Ragzazoom. He died really easy. Okay. And next one that we gotta find and kill for him is in the north wing over here. I still don't know how people were able to figure this stuff out back in the day. Let's see. Okay. Gotta go up to the second floor. And I wonder if some of these traps are still gonna get me. I think we go... Yeah, we go over here. Okay, so is it right here? Yeah, I think we gotta go up here now. Okay. I'm kind of starting to remember this area now. You think with how often I come here, at least... oh, there's the trap. You think with how often I'd come here that I would be able to remember this stuff, but... that is a negative. And the glory of being a rogue is we can actually disarm some of these traps. Okay. I think I went to the wrong wing. Yep. I sure did. Back down we go. Okay, over here. Here we go. Go back down. So this is the wing where the final guy spawns that we need to kill. Over here. Maybe? You guys, I'm getting lost, but that's okay. Ooh. It's an old school named enemy. Disarm that trap. There it is. All these traps still hitting me. It's kind of insane considering how much higher level I am. Because this is level 60 content from 2001. And I'm level 120. And this stuff is still hitting me. Alright. Let's skip this song. I'm not a big fan of this song. There we go. Okay. Let's kill this guy next. Oh, he actually took a few hits to die. What did we get so far? Wow. So this back in the day used to be a pretty good two-handed weapon. Got a really good perk on it for extra damage. Pretty decent two-hander. We'll take it just in case. It's not going to do us a lot of good right now, though. And a lot of this stuff is just completely outclassed by Defiant gear these days. Just completely outclassed. That's okay. A lot of this stuff is just for the sake of nostalgia, not necessarily for actually being useful. For another one. Okay, so now we're gonna go beat up the High Priest. Ooh, holding a sword too. Maybe we'll get a decent weapon out of it. Oh. Well, he died really quick. It's kind of crazy to think about, Lucklin enemies back in the day were known for having ridiculous amounts of hit points. So even after killing these guys on a regular basis, it's still funny to think about how fast they die. Ooh. Wrath's Edge. See, this was a really good weapon. A really good twink weapon even, because we've got the fire damage on it. So it's damage 16, delay 20, and it's got no level requirement, and it's got the Bane damage for Shisar. That's pretty good. And we got a ring, which isn't too good, but it's still something. And then leggings that aren't super useful, but the reason a lot of this stuff isn't useful is because some items have no level requirement on them, and you can use them at level 1, which makes them really useful. But some items have like a item recommended level on them, where it's recommended that you're basically like level 51 or 55 for some of these items, which makes them kind of useless, because by the time you're level 51 or 55, there's much better gear that you can use. Especially with the introduction of the Defiant gear. There's like Defiant sets of gear, which is basically, it's used to help advance you to the in-game content as fast as possible. And a lot of people, even in live servers, don't like Defiant gear because of how powerful it makes you in certain levels. It's just ridiculously the stats and all the boosts that you get on it are just really insane. And people think that it kind of ruins the point of the game, because EverQuest in a lot of people's minds has always been, how difficult can this be while I can still do it? That's gamers for you. I think our next guy's going to be over here. Then we're going to have to go back up for the Arc Lich at some point. And that's going to be 4 bosses down. Maybe 3. I think 3 bosses. Yeah, here we go. We're in the right spot now. Here we go. Excuse me. Oh, another trap. Okay. Ooh. Here we go. Here is the second dude in that chain of enemies. Okay. Another guy dead. Now we're going to go back the original way that we came. And then we'll be all done with these bosses up here, and we can actually go to the basement. This game is just so good. Back down to the first floor. All of this running around for just a possibility of a good item. The things you do in EverQuest. But hey, at least if we don't get what we want right now, we can do it again in a week. At which point, we can try to get the actual stuff that we want. Ever since Agents of Change was introduced... Am I going the right way again? I hope so. I think I need to go this way. Ever since Agents of Change was introduced back in September of last year, at least for this server, I've done a lot of this stuff at least a couple times a month for the sake of trying to get some items. Like this Acrylia handled broadsword that drops from the Emperor here. I've only gotten that to drop for me 3 times in a year's worth of content runs. So we're talking at least 40 different runs. I've only gotten it to drop 3 times. And that is old school EverQuest gaming. Here it is. Oh, he's holding the skull one-hand blunt. That used to be top-notch item graphics. Not to pull the whole back in my day, but that was top-notch stuff back in the day. Deathly Chance, what is this? Uh-oh. It's supposed to be a debuff on me, but oops. Didn't really do anything to me. Alright, what did we get here? We got a dagger from this other guy. Well, really not good, but a talisman that's also really not good. Great helm. Okay, that's really, really good for twinks. A good twink character. And y'all, whenever I'm talking about twinks, I'm talking about brand new characters, not not the LGBTQ twink stuff. So this is it's a bard weapon. Wow, okay. That one doesn't ring any bells, so I don't know if I've seen that one before. And I've done this a lot. So we got a really good bard weapon and a really good uh, low-level character item here for a helmet. So now we can actually go down to the basement and kill the Bazadra the Cursed. We can kill him. So let's get out of here. Okay. Go back down to the first floor, and then we got to go down to the basement. Here we go. Every time I come here, I tell myself I'm going to remember how to navigate this area, but then every time I come back the next time, I've just completely forgotten how to navigate this area. It's like sometimes my brain is just an etch-a-sketch with some of these zones. Here we go, down to the basement. All right, this is probably one of my favorite boss encounters. All right, so this is the like ring to spawn Bazadra the Cursed. We have to kill all the Taskmasters and all the Wardens down here to get him to spawn. So let's kill these dudes. Thankfully, it's not, I don't think it's timed or anything like that, but it's not like it's going to take us a long time to do it. Hey, thanks for the follow, Jen Lippen. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we've done this side. Now we have to do these over here. These Taskmasters don't take too much effort. Hey, big fan of your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. I figured since I usually have a pretty good time doing stuff on recording, I figured why not give streaming a try again. What am I killing? I am going to spawn Bazadra the Cursed. It is one of the, it's like the basement boss here in Sra Temple. We have to kill these Taskmasters and all the Wardens here for it, which usually isn't too bad. We can kill them pretty fast. So let's see here. We've got 2 of these guys left down here, 2 Taskmasters. Then we're gonna go kill the named upstairs. What server am I playing on? This is on the Firiona Vie server, or Firiona Vie server, some people say. It's one of the EverQuest live servers. I really prefer this server because it's one of the highest population, and it just feels really alive. There's lots of people that play here. There's an experience boost, and there's also like free trade, so you can trade items. So a lot of these items that would normally be no drop, we can trade. That's why in my videos and stuff, you'll see me killing these bosses on a regular basis, because I can just take their loot and I can give them to somebody else. I can twink out some of my alts, or if I want Or if I want to, sometimes if people message me on Firiona Vie when I'm online, sometimes I'll just send them a whole bunch of loot. Like, the other day, there was somebody that messaged me online in game when I was on and said that he was a really big fan of my videos, so I had a whole bunch of twink loot that was Shadow Knight gear for him. And he hasn't spawned yet. There we go. So I just sent him a whole bunch of loot. I just had stuff sitting in my bags from Temple of Ishin and some of those old school raid bosses, so I just sent him a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, so this is the ring to spawn Vazadra the Cursed. We're going to kill this glyph-covered serpent first, and then we get Vazadra the Exiled. And there is Vazadra the Cursed. What's cool enough is he's probably going to die in one single backstab. Boop. So I hit him for 5 backstabs there. Yes. Yeah, I'm playing on a rogue. This is my... I don't know if you can see this, but this is my level 120 rogue. Got about 465,000 hit points. Ooh. They all drop some pretty good loot. We got a Blasphemous Blade of the Exiled. Let's see. We got a Blood Frenzy. There's a good one. This was like the Luckland equivalent of the Blade of Carnage. We got some really good weapons for this. Nice. Ooh, Circle of Smoke. The Gate Clicky. This thing used to be so valuable. It's probably still pretty worthwhile for low-level classes. Got pretty good stats on it, but it's got a cool Gate Clicky on it. So we're going to take this stuff too, just in case. Let's see what else we got. Pauldrons aren't really that good. Opal Bracelet, yeah. Trash loot. We got some cool items though, so not bad. Tainted Bloodscale Belt, not that good. And Venomous Eye Patch. Okay, so pretty much only the weapons here are going to be really worthwhile. Because a lot of this stuff is completely outclassed by Defiant gear. Especially for low levels. But the weapons, I think, have a lot of nostalgia to them. And the stats are really good for their their level requirement. Some of these weapons that drop don't have any level requirements, so level 1 characters can use them. But some of the weapons have like level 51 or 55 requirements, so they're really not that good. But they look cool. I think the fact that they look cool is alone pretty cool. Yeah, this Blasphemous Blade of the Exiled, another warrior weapon. Damn, we got 2 really good warrior weapons there. Okay, so we've killed the first, second, and basement floor enemies. And the third floor enemies. The only thing that is left now is the Emperor. So let's open up our little lockpicks here. We're gonna get... There's our traps. Sense traps. We're gonna get hit with the trap right here, of course. These damn traps right here, man. Disarm. Some of these debuffs I'm just not going to be able to get rid of until I go back to my druid and remove them. Aw. No named in here. Right here, where this warlock spawns, is the placeholder for the Vashir illusion mask. I spent days farming this way back in the day. I'm talking, I think I had to have been like 13 or 14. Just standing there waiting for that placeholder for that name to spawn for my Vashir mask. Okay, so it is about time for the Emperor. I'm hoping for another mount. That mount is super rare, but it's also still just as fast as the current endgame mounts. It just doesn't look as fancy. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Boop. All right. And now we just get to wait for this douchebag to actually respond to me. Sometimes I think I kill these guys too fast and it takes like a whole extra cycle of enemy spawns for him to respond. So we got really good twink earring for level 1 characters. 65, 65, 65, especially for casters. And we got the Swazian blood cord, which amazing level 1 belt item. There's no haste or anything on it like some people ask for, but these stats are really good for level 1 characters. So that is still worthwhile. Have a pretty happy level 1 character soon. As if I haven't made enough alts in this game. Okay, so we just gotta wait for this dude to actually respond to me so I can fight him. These snakes out here all have, I think, like a minute or 2 respawn time. They respawn really quick. So I'm probably gonna have to kill them again here in just a moment. Put our poisons and stuff back on here. Not that it's really going to matter, but what I'm going to do here is I have a Bane damage Shisar weapon here that we're going to replace some of our weapons with. Look at that item comparison. Level 75 sword, damage 40, delay 22, and this is the dagger I'm currently using. It's damage 317, delay 19. But the problem is, with the Emperor, you need Bane damage to be able to damage him physically, otherwise I just kill him with procs. Which is fine. It's not that big of... Oh, here we go, we got respawns. It's not that big of a deal to have to kill him with procs, because he'll still die pretty quick. Because the damage that level 120 characters put out is kind of ridiculous with procs, so... Okay, let's see if he responds now. I think I saw him shift. Come on, respond to me. And this sword graphic that he's got equipped, that's his two-hander. Just because he has that on all the time when he's in his, like... Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's put all of our procs on. So what we're doing is we're just damaging him with weapon spells right now. Weapon spells and abilities, I should say. So we're not hitting him for any physical damage at all because we don't have any Bane damage stuff equipped. Hitting him for 80,000, 5,800. Really not that bad. The problem is with him being poison immune is that's like a good chunk of my damage. So we're pretty much only really hitting him with our actual weapon procs. He's resisting everything else. There we go. Okay, let's see, what did we get? We got the shield, the shawl, and the boots. So the shield and the shawl both are really, really good items, especially for the classes like Cleric, Druid, Shaman. That innate ability to increase your mana regen by 5 back in the day was just insane. Because you gotta think, this is before out of combat regeneration. So that 5 is just insane. And then we got the Paladin and Shadow Knight shield, which looks cool. Really good stats, and it also gives them the parrying bonus and the ability to increase their mana pool by 250. So I think we already have a couple of these items. Yeah, we already have the boots, so oh well. Okay, so that was Straw Temple. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. I kind of want to hit some Valius stuff, like maybe the Avatar of War. Yeah, let's go beat up the Avatar of War. Why not? So we're going to hit the Avatar of War. We probably could hit the Temple of Ishan stuff again, but it really wouldn't do us too much good because I still have bags full of that stuff, and I don't really want that stuff just to rot. We have a lot of that stuff already. Okay, let's see where else we can go. Let's get these stupid curses off of my rogue because they take literally 3 hours for them to go away. Okay, there's one. There's two. Okay, good. We could always hit... We could hit Takvi. We could hit some Omens of War stuff. I haven't hit Omens of War in a little while. Ooh, we have options. Or we could hit Plane of Time. I could also do... And we have options. Damn. Do I want to hit Plane of Time or do I want to hit the Avatar of War? Let's just do the Avatar of War first. Because we can always hit Plane of Time afterwards. But at least this way... Wait. Those dicks dispelled my haste. Let's put haste back on first. Not that it's really needed. It's really, really not needed, but, you know. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to hit the Avatar of War. Because out of, I don't know, I guess out of the Valius content, the stuff that I actually use the most are the old school illusion masks. Like, I could probably get another barbarian mask and I could sell it. Or the Blade of War, the Blade of Carnage is still really good. Because I can always... Do I have one here? Oh, I already have one. Well, if we get another one, then we might not be able to use it. Oh well. Can always just summon my banker and pop it over on my bank. Because we've got plenty of space here. But yeah, for those who are just coming in, maybe anybody who's curious, this is on the Firiona Vie server. It's one of the EverQuest live servers, probably the most populated live server. We're on a level 120 rogue, about 46,000 AAs. So most of this content that used to be raid content is really not raid content anymore. I mean, most of this stuff could probably soloed or duoed by level 85s, but I like to farm this stuff through Agents of Change, so I can get as many like twink items, additional items as possible for alts. And sometimes when I'm feeling generous, if people message me, like when they catch me in game, sometimes I'll just send people a whole bunch of loot. So most of this stuff is done just for kicks and giggles, because why not? Oh, we could even hit Sleeper's Tomb too. I forgot about Sleeper's Tomb. Sleeper's Tomb, however, is really not good for twink stuff, because all of that has, all of the Sleeper's Tomb drops have level requirements on them. But we might be able to get another Dwarf Mask. And Sleeper's Tomb is just pretty much awesome, so why not? Yeah, here we can kill King Tormax, we can kill the Avatar of War. Like I said, we could always hit Temple of Ishin afterwards again, because I don't have any lockouts for it. So, I mean, it's an idea. We could always do that. Alright, our Agent of Change is right down here. Let's get our instance. Alright, here is our Gale Drakal instance. Oh, let's click off our extra stuff here. Just kind of clouding the screen at this point. What do we want to look like next? We've got plenty of illusions here that we can use just for the sake of what do I want to look like. Okay, let's put on our illusion Spectre here. This is one of the only no-drop items in this entire server, especially when it comes to illusions. This is a no-drop illusion item that you actually have to go through a quest line to get, and it is a pain in the butt. But it's worth it, because I think it looks cool. I just wish it was the old school Spectre illusion instead. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go beat up King Tormax first. God, I'm losing my train of thought here. So King Tormax first, and then Avatar of War. And then after we're done here, I think we can hit Sleeper's Tomb as well. Get us some cool Avatar weapons. Let's see here. King Tormax. We want to go this way. Alright, south first. I remember running through, back in the day, like paying people to help take me through this content. Way back in the day. I'm talking it was like 2003, 2004. For alt characters, I would pay raiders to help, like, multi-quest items for me, where they would basically just come through and kill these bosses and let me loot the no-drop items. And the glory of this server is you don't have to. Everything here is droppable. So, we got good old King Tormax here. I think he only has a few 100,000 hit points, so he's gonna die pretty quick. Yeah, we hit him for about 450,000. So, however many hit points he has less than that. So, okay, let's skip this song. There we go. Okay, what did he drop? That's the question. We got the Ring of Lightning, Axe of Cromzat Kings, and Boots of the Storm. So these are all pretty decent twink items for level 1 characters, especially the Summoning Haste right here. That's pretty good. The Axe of Cromzat Kings, that's pretty good for maybe a level 1 warrior up through level 20, but you're going to start getting better damage delay items otherwise. And okay, 3 items from there. All right, let's go kill the Avatar of War now. This guy actually sometimes likes to put up at least a little bit of a fight before he dies. He's got a lot of hit points. Him and Vulak Air, the dragon in North Temple of Ishan, they're the only 2 bosses of Valius that are level 70. And it's kind of crazy to think about because even all the bosses and the Lucklin expansion, all of those bosses are only level 66. So let's see here. Oh yeah, we get to slap around Derekor the Vindicator real quick. Look at him. He actually took some hits. I think it helps when I'm actually attacking these guys from the front and I don't start off with a hidden backstab, because the backstabs just hit for insane damage anyways. So any amount of hit points these guys normally have is just completely kind of pointless if I hit them from behind. We got the chestplate of Vindication. It's decent, but we're going to get a breastplate of Eradication from this guy, which just completely trumps it. Alright. Oh, he died in a single swing from the front. Okay. Alright. Oh, we got 2 breastplates of Eradication. Just completely trumps the breastplate of Vindication. We got a Cloak of Falling Stars, which is an amazing level 1 cloak. And then we got everyone's favorite, the Swift Blade of Zek. This item just sells for ridiculous amounts, even on progression servers today, because of the fact that it's a level 1 usable one-hander weapon. It's got AC on it, 100 hit points, it's got a pretty good damage delay ratio. It's such a good level 1 item. So we're gonna have some level 1 characters pretty decked out today. And all of these guys we just get to walk right on by. And then next up we have the Idol, which doesn't drop anything, which is kind of annoying in my opinion, but he's like the gatekeeper to the Avatar of War. With that, none of these guys are even hitting me a single time. The Avatar of War, however, he's going to hit me probably once or twice, unless he dies in a single hit here. Level 70. Look at this dude. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill him. Oh, aw, he died in a single hit too. Oh man, look at that. 2 Blades of Carnage, a Flayed Barbarian Mask, and a Helmet of Ralos Zek. That is awesome. However, I'm going to have to summon my banker, because otherwise this stuff is going to go to waste. So we got our illusion item, we got our Blade of Carnage. So let's go ahead and summon our banker here. Let's see here. Summon banker. Bruh, where is he? Okay, let's do this. Sometimes whenever you summon these stupid bankers, they just spawn somewhere else in the zone. So we're gonna go to zone in and see if we can get them to spawn here. We're probably gonna have to put some of this stuff in our dragon's horde because we're running out of space for some of these lore items. Okay, get out of my way, familiar. Thank you. All right. So let's put... There we go. Actually, let's do this. Dragon's Horde. Blade of Carnage. This is the... These are the perks of running out of space on a regular basis. Oh, that's... Okay, never mind. We can't put another one in there. We're going to put that one in there then. And then we're going to grab this one. So we've got one in our Dragon's Horde, we got one in our shared bank, and we have one in our character now. And the Flayed Barbarian mask, we definitely have to put one in there as well. And where is that helmet? Find item. Is it? The find item option is just insanely good. And look at that, no loot went to waste. And that is the Avatar of War and King Tormax. Next up, we can go ahead, we're gonna hit Sleeper's Tomb as well. Because why not? We're not really going to get anything worthwhile, really, out of Sleeper's Tomb, because everything there, for the most part, is item level 55 required. But the atmosphere and the general look of Sleeper's Tomb is just badass, and I try to explore it as often as possible. Especially if I'm just trying to put up a video on YouTube or something like that. It just looks cool. It feels awesome to remember the nostalgia behind some of these old school zones. And Sleeper's Tomb is one of my favorite zones. I just remember watching a video on YouTube way back in the day whenever YouTube was like first a thing. I'm talking like 2006, 2007. And seeing people's like music videos they would upload of them fighting raid encounters. And Sleeper's Tomb was one of them. It's like this weird German band, like an audio recording over this raid guild going through. And did I leave? There we go. This really old guild fighting in Sleeper's Tomb back whenever Valius was still just a brand new thing. Good times though. So Sleeper's Tomb, we'll at least get probably some funny avatar weapons that we can use on our ults if we want to, just for the sake of nostalgia. And maybe we'll get a dwarf mask. So we can at least still sell the dwarf mask. We got another barbarian mask, which doesn't really sell for crap now anyways, but... Okay, let's put on different illusion here. What do we have? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? We've got options. Here we go. Good old illusion Mastruck from Gates of Discord. Alright, if anybody here remembers anything about these old encounters, like one of my favorites is still the Master of the Guard encounter, because while you're fighting him, these foreboding sentries are supposed to aggro you a couple at a time. It's funny, because he's going to probably die in one hit, and then just randomly through the entire time that I'm here in the zone, these guys will just start running at me, regardless of where I'm at in the zone. Because the encounter doesn't stop. Even after you kill him, they're just randomly going to come running at me. me escape to get away from them. But they'll just randomly come running at me regardless of where I'm at in the zone. And one of the hidden bosses in the game, this dude only spawns after you clear off this whole second room up here. We're gonna kill all of these dudes and we're gonna spawn this additional boss. He's not really like a hidden or a secret boss per se, but a lot of guilds and people skip him just because he's not necessary. He doesn't really drop any loot, but I think he drops some quest items for the zone. So here we go. We got the overseer that spawns over here. These dudes are still just running at me from across the map. They're just gonna keep running at me regardless of where I'm at. Now we're gonna go kill the progenitor, or the progenitor, whatever you want to call him. Let's see here. Big boy, always holding a one-handed hammer. Jesus, let me use my words here. A lot of these dudes die before I can even turn on my attack. Oh, they're just gonna keep coming. Here, watch this. Boop. Escape. And as soon as I un-SOS, if I'm anywhere on this floor, they're all just gonna start just running for me. Alright, let's see what we got so far. Ancient Prismatic Lance. Quest item. These items are just not good. This is usually why I tend to avoid doing Sleeper's Tomb, because these items, even from like a lobby standpoint, they're just really not good. The avatar weapons are cool though, so I'll take them just cuz. Ancient Prismatic Axe, Prismatic Battle Hammer. Like I said, they're cool from a nostalgia standpoint, but just actually being used these days, Sleeper's Tomb is just completely forgettable. I don't even know if progression servers do Sleeper's Tomb on a regular basis, just because the loot is just really not worthwhile. If there's anything worthwhile doing in Valius, it's Avatar of War, King Tormax, and North Temple of Ishan. And on servers like P99, I can only imagine how camped those bosses are. As easy it is for me to like just start up an instance once a week, those people have that like poop sock, the poop phone, where people basically just call each other's friends up and be like, "Hey, this boss spawned. It's 3 a.m. Let's go fight the boss." How about no? How about absolutely no? Not to mention the toxicity that might cause. Hell no. Here we go. A big wyvern. See? Look, I un-SOS'd and those guys just are attacking me. They're aggroing still. From like all of those rooms back. They're still just gonna come running for me. God, I love the mechanics in this game. Alright. Got this Drake dude, which spawns 3 different times. We're gonna kill the Apprentice, the Protector, and the Controller, but he kind of died instantly, so Whoops. And then we have the final arbiter. And now we're getting to the dudes that we're actually here for. Alright, let's go this way first. The Ancients. Just yesterday, I put up a video on my YouTube channel of me going through and doing the Dragons quest line, which one of the events that it leads you through is these old school fights, like in Sleeper's Tomb, but it brings you to the original Carafern's lair, so you get to fight the original warders. It's so cool. It's cool just to see how the Ancients and the warders are completely different dragon graphics as well. Alright, we're going to keep our fingers crossed for a dwarf illusion here. Ooh, we got the fist wraps, which we're definitely going to take. We got the spear, shroud. These dudes drop a lot of stuff considering. The fist wraps I'm going to take though just because they look cool. Hello, Mr. Servitor. And I misspoke earlier when I said that there are only a few level 70 enemies in this expansion. So I said, I think I said Avatar of War, King Tormax, and Vulak Air. But these dragons here are also level 70. But just the loot they drop comparatively to the actual North Temple of Ishan bosses is just so forgettable. A lot of loot, don't get me wrong, but the stuff just really isn't that good. Like this is actually a pretty good chest piece item. It's got haste on it, it's got hit points, pretty decent stats, so that one's actually pretty good. No mask so far. Got one more dragon left. Oop. He died to a single hit of 200,000. Let's see here. Ooh, this is another really good item. This is the Monk and Beast Lord version of the chess piece I was just talking about. Damn. Okay, so no mask, but oh well. Let's skedaddle out of here. So that is pretty much going to be it for the Valius content. North Temple of Ishan, like I said, there's not much of a point in me doing it just yet. Just because I did it recently and I have a whole bunch of bags full of items that I really don't want to go to waste. So let's get out of here. So we did Sra Temple earlier. We did Avatar of War, King Tormax. We've done Sleeper's Tomb. I started off with Umbral Plains earlier, so I could still do Vexthal, I guess. We could do Plane of Time as well. Let's see here. You know what? Let's skip Plane of Time. Let's do Takvi. Yeah, let's do Takvi next. Let's see here. Let's get our buffs back on here. All right. So let's do this and raid. Because in some of the newer expansion stuff, you have to be in a raid, in an actual raid, to get them to populate properly. So we got our raid going. Let's see. Okay, so the Tembe, there we go. Oh, actually. Whatever. I'm getting sidetracked here. All right, let's go beat up Vie. I think Vie is probably one of my more fond memories back in the day, even all the negativity around it, because I did some Gates of Discord content when it first dropped back in the day. And a lot of people, that was whenever a lot of people were leaving EverQuest en masse, especially because of EverQuest 2 and World of Warcraft. But even with how difficult Vie was, I had a really good time with it. Because I thought it was just so over the top. The boss encounters were just ridiculous. And the good news is most of these guys die in just a few hits these days. So I don't think it's going to be very slow at all. I think it's going to be pretty quick how fast we kill these guys. All right, we're going to go over here. We're going to go to Kivik. We're going to get our teleport. And then we can get our instance. It's nice not having to run all the way there anymore. That was one of the more annoying things, having to run through Code Taz. Ugh, not a good time. Oh, I wonder if any of the goats are up here. They are. Look at this. Tav Imshaw. Boom. Yeah, oh, look, we got Sinnoshur up too. We can kill this dude. Easy. Such a cool mace graphic. Just like that. Let's see here. Riftbreaker's Binding. Okay, that's a quest item. Euromite Helm Armor. Blowing Stone of Discord. Ooh, that's pretty decent. Even got the heroic stats on it. These bosses used to be just insane back in the day, especially from a level 65 standpoint. This stuff was just so overtuned. The EverQuest developers were like, oh yeah, you guys think this stuff is easy? Watch this. And then like basically nobody could even beat Vie as a raid. Alright, let's go see if our friend is up here. That boss of Cebu. Otherwise, we'll just teleport straight into Vie and then we can beat it up pretty easy. And that's some really good loot. Especially since it's level 65 stuff. It's like the best stuff that we can get at level 65. I like taking characters from 1 to 65 and then just getting them the best gear possible and just seeing what stupid things you can do with them. Because if you have like a Gates of Discord equipped level 65 brute, you can kill some really surprising things. One of my favorite things was getting my level 65 monk. Oh, he is up. Nice. Okay. Okay, so this is another boss that is completely immune to anything but spells, pet damage, and mercenary damage. So normally he would take a little bit, but watch this. Look, I'm actually getting hit now. 300, 800. Boop. And this guy drops some pretty cool stuff too. This is like when I became like the biggest fan of the aesthetics of EverQuest. Like these items. This Blackstone figurine has a really cool graphic in my opinion. The elf shoes, the elf shoe weapons, Edge of Chaos, so cool. The shields. We got some really good stuff here for these guys. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Well, we got some free loot that I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect that guy to be up at all. The glory of Agents of Change is a lot of people don't mess with the open world bosses as often as they used to. So you'll actually occasionally find bosses up. Wish to continue. Oh, let me spell correctly. Wish to continue. Okay, ready. Here we go. All right, and we got a bigger version of me. It's funny because these dudes that were trash enemies are basically mini bosses. These dudes hit as hard as some of the bosses here. It's insane. I remember, like, whenever my guild first came into here, and our tank that was, like, the best geared raid tank in his opinion, just got completely one-hit by those guys. Because a lot of these guys also hit, they quad hit, they hit for 4 times. Like this bitch right here, this level 80 enemy. Oh man. She would hit for like 3,400 or something, and she would hit 4 times. So we're talking 13, 14,000 hit points. And most tanks at this day and age only had up to 15 or 16,000. They just died so fast. Just ridiculously overpowered. Let's see. Bracers. And, ooh, Augment. That's pretty good. So the next character that I twink out and bring up from level 1, I'll have some pretty good level 65 gear for them, too. Because this is where the raid gear does kind of start to actually overtake some of the Defiant gear. Because a lot of Defiant gear is just way better in terms of stats. But some of this raid stuff does actually start to overtake the... Oh, that's the first time I've ever done that. She normally has mechanics that you cannot bypass. She normally has mechanics that, like, she'll fall down at like 60, like 80, 60, at 40, 20 or something like that, and she'll spawn adds. That's the first time I've ever been able to kill her and beat those mechanics. We got 3 crit backstabs for over 1.2 million. So she died really quick. So insane. And yeah, we're getting some pretty good stuff too. And this Ring of Organic Darkness, one of the best flickies in the game at level 65 because it gives you 8% attack speed on top of everything else that you can do. So we're getting some pretty good stuff right now. There is one boss in here that just no matter what, it's like impossible for me to bypass his mechanics. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but we might try. This dude is just like a tank and spank, so... But this other dude that we're about to go fight, it's really annoying because it's such a slow fight. It almost makes me want to skip it. Oh, here we go. Mind Reaper Club and Gloves of Wicked Ambition and Supple Slippers of the Stargazer. This Mind Reaper Club, this One-Hand Blunt Monk Club, is ridiculous at level 65. Like what I was saying earlier, when I got my monk to 65 and I got him decked out, this is his primary weapon he was using. And at level 65, he can solo Trachanon, which doesn't really sound like that big of a deal, but Trachanon is a level 75 dragon. And so fighting a white con raid enemy and being able to solo it with barely no trouble is ridiculous. So if you have a really decked out level 65 character, like Gates of Discord was the first content that allowed people to do stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I mean, like, you've got Lady Vox and Lord Nagathon, but they don't count. Like, that is a group enemy at level 55, hardly even a raid boss. We're gonna skip this guy right here, actually, because that's the raid boss I was talking about that has, like, the unskippable mechanics. And that turns this whole raid from a 10-minute clearing to like a 35-minute experience. And I really don't want to wait 20 minutes in that fight. Because once you take him down to like 80%, he basically feigns death and spawns 2 enemies. And then you wait 10 minutes. And then he spawns 3 enemies. And then you wait 10 minutes. And then he spawns 4 enemies. And then you wait 10 minutes. It's just insane. I don't know if I can put out that the damage need. Ooh, actually feign death me. Hello? Am I stunned right now? Oh, I'm actually stunned. Wow, look at that. That's not something that you get to see very often. They actually managed to stun me at level 120. Ooh. Ages at Midnight. Such a cool looking graphic in my opinion. Armed Guards of Insidious Corruption. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. This dude right here is the one that can drop the bard weapon that still sells really well on this server. Let's see. Rapier of Somber Notes. Like this. This dagger, this dagger for bards with the clicky on it still sells for anywhere from like 700,000 to 1 million platinum on this server. And that alone is just, it's still really good money. I mean, that's like a sixth of a chrono. If you can, buy and sell that a couple of times, you'll buy yourself a chrono. I did not mean to just minimize that. Let's get rid of that. Oh, he didn't drop it. No. Ooh. He did drop one of my favorite weapons from back in the day, though. Discord and Dagger of Night. Really good rogue weapon. Dagger of Death for Necromancers, and then Pendant of Discord. Nice. So that was pretty good loot. That Discord and Dagger of Night is really good for rogues at level 65. It's almost hard to beat that dagger until the Epic 2.0. Like the Crystal Dagger is really good because it's got such a really good ratio on it. But that's a Omens of War item, which is was a little bit more difficult to get a hold of at the time. Let's see here. Sorry, had to respond to a text. Oh, this dude. Okay, so this is another interesting fight. I remember this dude used to just completely destroy tanks as well because of his mechanics. We have these balances here, and then if we kill him fast enough here, it doesn't matter. But back in the day, you would have to like equal the balances to his hit points. Otherwise, if it was out of balance by more than a couple %, then he would increase like whatever attribute was equivalent to the one that was out of balance. So like if we got balance of speed was off balance, then he would attack faster. If balance of fury was off, then he would start hitting faster. If balance of rage was off, then I think he would start rampaging. And if balance of defense was off, then he would just take less damage. Okay, so got him down to 42%, so he's going to reset just a little bit. Now we just have to wait for these dudes to go active so we can attack them. There's definitely going to be some off balance here, but whatever. They all died pretty quick in my taste. Now we just gotta wait on him to actually respond so we can start attacking him. This is probably one of my more entertaining. Oh, what? What? I have never seen him do that. Did we kill him? You guys, I'm so confused. I think I broke it. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I am so confused. I've just discovered a new glitch in EverQuest 20 years later. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go kill Tunap Murim instead. Well, that's a shame, because he can drop the British Blade of Balance, which I was really hoping for, but that is so lame. What the hell? Alright, we got Tunap Murim here, which is the quote-unquote boss of the entire Gates of Discord. So, let's kick his ass. And he is a tanky boy. If you didn't see that there, I hit him for just about 1,000,000 in a single backstab, and he was only down to 50% health. So he is white tanky. I didn't even have a chance to pop the rest of my abilities, but okay. We got Greaves for leather, chain Greaves, and then chain chest piece. Ooh, and he dropped Bladed Warstone, which is a really good one-hand blunt augment, so that's going to pair really well with the monk weapon that I got earlier, the Mind Reaper Club. So this is, all in all, a pretty damn good run. Okay, so that was Takvi, Seat of the Slaver. Where do we want to go next? That is the question. We could continue and just go through Omens of War stuff, I guess. We could do some Dragons of Norath content. Let's see here. Where do we want to go? Ooh, we could also go kill some dragons. Yeah, we could hit some Dragons of Norath stuff. We could do either the actual Dragons of Norath raids, or I could do Dragons, which is the new event where it takes you from Lord Nagathan up to Carafirm. The only one I might not show you is Vishramtar the Fallen, and that's just because he is super annoying. He drops really good loot, but he takes like 35 minutes to kill. And that's not an exaggeration, because he gets down to 25% health really quick, but then he's time gated. And then you have to go through and do this whole shoulder my burden emote thing where you go talk to a certain enemy that spawns, and he takes like this death touch from you. But the other dragons are all pretty simple. Like, really simple. Yeah, the spirit part. The rest of it's really not bad, but the shoulder my burden part and everything like that, where you can only take him down 1% at a time, is like, ugh. Don't get me wrong, I like the fight. I think Vishramtar looks really cool. Probably one of my favorite dragon graphics, but the event itself is just rather annoying. Yeah. Like I said, on my YouTube channel, like I said, I just uploaded the video of me doing the Dragons event, which takes you through Vishramtar the Fallen. And I sped up the entire fight, because it took me like 30 minutes. I sped it up like ×5, and it still took like 5 or 6 minutes. Alright, we're going to do Kestana's Perch the first time. We're going to do Kestana. Let's see here. So, like I said, all these dragons in general are really easy to kill still. Just Vishramtar is kind of frustrating. We can do Kestana, Riwiki, I think his name is. I can never remember the other dragon's name. And then Yarlir. Also, I don't mind killing them. They look cool, I like the aesthetics, and they drop really cool items and weapons. So I definitely don't mind. Let's switch up our graphic here just a little bit. turned off my run earlier. Douchebags. Okay, so let's follow our compass here. Straight across the way. Yeah, Dragons of Norath was a really good expansion in my opinion. I liked the fact that almost everything switched to instance combat, because that means you didn't have to fight other people for enemies. And I really liked the Eastern vibes to it. I thought it was really badass. I gotta go around here. I really, really liked the Eastern vibes to it. And we're going to be getting to some of the bosses that actually take more than one hit to die normally. It's insane. After this, we might even do some Demi-Plane of Blood stuff. I can show you guys beating up like beating up at least the first wave. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. At least the first wave. Or the first tier of Demi-Plane of Blood. Let's see here. Okay, so here is Castana the Enlightened. Drops a really good dagger as well. And looks pretty cool. Look at that. One of the best parts about running a rogue is the fact that you can get literally some of the best close-ups, in my opinion. You can get right up on the enemies and you can see all their graphics. Alright, let's give him a nice little hug from behind here with my dagger. What? What? Well, I've never killed him that fast. I can at least say that. I hit him for 5 backstabs, and then I hit him for 6 backstabs. Yeah, it's a super cool looking model, I agree. I think he looks really cool. Oh, the dagger I was just talking about. Look at that, we got 2 of them. Look at that. And we got Mask. Not bad. You gotta think this is also after Omens of War, so this is gonna be better than a lot of stuff that we would see in Asylum of Anguish. This dagger, though, man, I spent so many DKP trying to get that dagger back in the day. Got us some even more loot here. About to fill up our 5th bag, our 5th 40 slot bag here of loot. Okay, let's quit out of this one, and we're just gonna teleport right out and be outside at the spawn-in, because we're gonna be right back at the same spot for the next dragon, anyways. So. Alright, the glory of keeping my Beast Lord right where he was at is we're right on top of the next zone in. So we can just hop straight into the same zone for this next boss, which is Rikuken. God, I always get his name wrong. It's basically, I think Rikuken is like the male version of Castana. It's the silver version. Okay, here we go. Guys, I feel like I just left here. Got Silver Boy here, which is kind of hard to see in this shine here, but here you go. Super cool looking dragon, though. White with red eyes instead of yellow with green eyes. Alright, so this dude we're going to see if we can bypass his mechanics. Okay, it looks like that's a yes. We're just going to bypass his mechanics. Such a huge change from the older dragons like in Sleeper's Tomb. Yeah, it is, right? Like, honestly, two of my favorite dragon graphics in the game are in Dragons of Norath. There is the giant fire dragons that have like lava all over them. I'll try to show you guys what they look like. But like the lava like encompassing them, that looks really, really cool. And Yarlir. Yarlir looks badass because of like the lightning and like the clouds all over him. You'll see it here in just a second. Did we get 3 of them? Okay, we got 2 of the same. And then leather. So I'm just getting all the stuff I need to make a new monk twink, guys. I guess I just need to hurry up and make a new monk. I think that's what the game is trying to tell me, so. Okay, so I don't have a quick teleport out of here this time. I'm just gonna wait for it to kick me out. It should kick me out here in just a couple minutes. And then we can just go straight to Yarlir, the Living Storm. Let's see here. Yeah, we already got the loot that we could from that. North Keeper's token. Yeah, we got some. It's funny getting this currency for stuff that's really not going to do us any good these days, but you know, just in case. And one thing I have been working on behind the scenes also is unlocking Ashen Gate, which is the level 75 dragons. That's like the level 75 version of like Temple of Ishan and the Serpent Spine. I'm really excited to do that on stream or on recording sometime because that's content I've never gotten to see myself. I've been spending time actually unlocking it and doing all the faction quests on this character to grab the quest and the raid. Alright, so now we can just go straight to Yarlir from over here, since I've got my Beast Lord perked right by the lady who's handing out the quest. Where are we going from here? Okay, compass says straight this way. Oh yeah, it's just right here. Here we go. That would be cool. I haven't done a lot of stuff past Planes of Power. I've been really enjoying doing this, the new stuff on Mischief. Dude, like so many people have been telling me that they have never really paid attention to the game past Planes of Power, but they've been doing it recently because of how Mischief has hooked them. That really makes me happy that a lot of people have committed to the game long enough to see what the newer stuff looks like, because I am not bashing the old content at all. I know that it's a staple for a lot of people, but EverQuest has so much to offer that's past level 65 that people just normally have missed out on. And Mischief has been a great way to show a lot of these old school players that EverQuest isn't dead past 65. There's some really cool content to see that's level 70, level 75, level 80. Hell, some of my favorite zones are level 85. And those are zones that people would normally never get a chance to see because they're not able to commit to it, whatever it is, they're not able to get to it, whatever the reason. But EverQuest has so much to offer that's past level 65, so it's cool to see you say that, because a lot of other people have told me how Mischief has been showing them all the really awesome content past 65. Like this graphic. It just looks so cool. Like the smoke and the shadows coming off of him. Such a badass looking dragon. Look at that face though. So cool. And Prophecy of Ro is about to drop on mischief soon as well. And Prophecy of Ro has some of the biggest dragons. Like Prophecy of Ro, and like, again, just referring to the video I just put up on YouTube, like going through the Dragons quest, it takes you through some of the dragons that you fight in Prophecy of Ro, and those dragons are massive, and they look really cool like these dragons as well. And they're all like an arc stone, just like a whole nother set of planes. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and kill this dragon. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Please tell me we got the one-hand blunt. Please tell me we got the one-hand blunt. Fingers are crossed. Oh. Damn it, we didn't. Lame. But we got a really cool two-handed sword. Look at that graphic, though. It looks like a giant katana. Really cool weapon graphic. So all is not lost, at least in that front. So some pretty good items. Really good augment. Really good ring, and a really cool looking two-handed sword, at least. So okay, so that is going to be it for the Dragons of Norath stuff, at least. Let's get back to my druid, and we can see where we want to go from there. Like I said, we have options. We could do... What could we do? I guess let's do Demi-Plane of Blood. I can do that at least. Alright, so let's go ahead and send ourselves over to Undershore, and then we're going to hit Demi-Plane of Blood. I can at least do the first 3 encounters, like Hatchet the Torturer, the Golem, we can do Red Fang. But like I said, whenever we get to the sisters, that requires additional people, so we'll just end Demi-Plane of Blood there at least. Okay, where are we going here? We want Stone Root Falls this way. Okay. And honestly, Depths of Dark Hollow is probably one of my more higher-end favorite expansions. I really like the storyline for it because Mayung Mistmore I always thought was such a fascinating character in the EverQuest franchise just because of the mystery around him. He's always been super elusive, and so to finally have an expansion based off of Mayung Mistmore back in the day, I thought was awesome. Absolutely awesome. And it's my hope to eventually be able to get past the event that's stops me from getting to the 2nd and 3rd tier bosses in Demi-Plane of Blood. It's my hope to get past that eventually, so I can actually show myself killing Mayung Mistmore, because that would be so cool. But one thing at a time. We'll work on Ashen Gate, we'll work on stuff like that, and eventually I'll be able to show doing the Solteris fights, which is the follow-up to the storyline of Mayung Mistmore. And then you get to fight Mayung Mistmore and Solusek Ro at the same time. Got all the werewolves right here that are going to come running for me. Let's click on this. This takes us straight to Dreadspire Keep, so we don't have to do that wonderful, wonderful run. Okay, and let's see here. I think we got everybody out. Which one is it we want to click? Dreadspire. You force your way through the portal by sheer force of will. There we go. There's Demi-Plane of Blood. Gonna wait for that to populate real quick, and we'll be in. All right, let's go in. Cannot use this yet. Let me in. All right, 10th time's the charm. Bruh. How long does it take to load? I know the zone's not that big. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we at least aren't hit by the run speed debuff here. So the rest of this is just going to be easy peasy. It's just the run speed that's super annoying. It's because I haven't got the last piece I need from the sisters yet to be fully immune to what this zone does to you. The debuff where you get like the slow, the I think it's like an HP debuff, something like that. Let's kill a few of these guys. See if we can get our golem to spawn. Because the golem is really interesting because he spawns basically at the death of any one of these random enemies here. And I don't want him to spawn on top of me from killing a boss, because that's rather annoying. Let's see here. Hello, Mr. Golem, are you going to spawn? Okay, maybe from one of these guys then. It's gonna be from one of these. Oh, there we go. I knew it. There we go. We get to fight him 3 wonderful times before he finally attacks us and dies. Oh, did one of those guys fall? Well then. Not my chair, not my problem. Let's see here. And now we have to spawn the bat as well, which we get from killing other bats here. God, the targeting in this game sometimes is just atrocious. Come on. Oh, here we go. Oh, nice. Okay, so he's supposed to be like at least a 3 or 4 wave boss, but if we kill him fast enough like that, then it's not really a problem. We got Ooh. A good two-hander. Let's see here. Good ring and pretty good arms, at least. The two-hander looks pretty cool, in my opinion. Oh, you cannot loot. You have hot. Get out of here. You can't loot right now. You have an enemy on you. Shut up, game. This isn't about you. Go ahead and pull him down. This is boss number 2, who's just a little tiny boy. Look at him actually taking more than a couple hits to die. Where's my loot? Give me loot. No, I was not targeting the bat. I was clearly clicking on the chest. Thank you. Okay, what do we get now? Okay, another ring, a helmet, and a helmet. Okay. So you guys know how I was talking about I just need to make a new monk from all the loot that I've been getting today. Apparently, that's just the game telling me, yes, I need to. I just need to hurry up and make another twink monk. Leveling monks is a lot of fun, too. Okay, so we're on to what is the third and final counter for me in this zone, simply just because, like I said, I can't do the sisters. It requires at least 3 people. Or somebody using EverQuest, which I'm not really about. So we're going to go beat up Hatchet the Torturer. Let's see here. We go this way, and we got to go around. Here we are. Alright, here's the big dude. The last time I was here, I was actually glad I got it on recording as well. I was able to one-shot him with a single backstab. I think I hit him for like 1.5 million or something like that. I hit him for that like a couple of times, and it killed him in a single hit. Because this is a level 80 boss. Alright, let's go ahead and let's kill him. Oh. Oh, there it was. We basically did it again. We hit him for a backstab 3.2 at 328,000, then we hit him for a backstab for 6 million damage. And then we hit him a couple more times afterwards. So... See, I wasn't lying. Oh, nice. He dropped the best weapon. One of the best weapons, like probably the best weapon of the expansion, in my opinion. It's called Eulogy, the Bloodthirsty Blade. It's a Paladin and Shadow Knight one-hander. It looks badass. It's got fantastic stats on it. It is just such a good one-handed weapon. We got some really good stuff this run through, though. Really a big fan. Alright, so let's skedaddle out of here. Alright, guys. Well, those of you who watched and stuck around, I appreciate it. It's nice to be back streaming. I'll probably do this on a more regular thing soon because this has actually been a really good time. So, again, thank you guys for watching. That is going to be it for me for now. Made it a whole 2.5 hours in basically into killing random raid enemies. It's going to be good YouTube content. So, thanks for watching, guys. And Jen, thanks again for the follow. I appreciate it. I will see you guys maybe either tonight or tomorrow. Have a good one.